Hello everyone, I hope everyone is doing well and thinking about tarot. So I wanted to look at I have two Minchiate Euturia decks. This one's published by Lo Scarabeo. It came out in 2011 in this kit with the magnetic flap. And this is the Il Meneghello edition. I'm not sure which one. This one came out in 2019, but I think it's not the first time they had put out the Minchiate Euturia. Minchiate decks are very different in tarot because they have extra cards, and they have the typical pips, but they have the extra like zodiacal type cards, I guess. Zodiacal. And I'm looking at the little book, which is in multiple languages. So let's go through. Let's see. Fool, the juggler or the magician. The Grand Duke is the Empress. The Emperor of the West is the Emperor. Emperor of the East is the Hierophant. The Lovers. Temperance. Strength. Justice. Wheel of Fortune. Chariot. Hermit. Hanged Man. Death. Devil. House of God. Hope. Prudence and Faith. And Charity. Hope, Prudence, Faith, Charity. And there's Fire. Water and Earth. Air. So we got the elements. Then we got Libra, Virgo, Scorpio, Aries, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Cancer, Pisces, Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, Gemini, and then the star, the moon, the sun, the world, and then trumpets, which could be considered Judgment, which is card 40. And then you jump to the minor arcana, which is Ace through 10, Knave, Knight, Queen, and King. So I wanted to look at the difference in these two decks. So we have Mass Market Euturia here by Lo Scarabeo here. And then we have the edition of 2000, which I have 74. It's really low. And put this over here. So let's look at the back. And this kind of defines the deck. So here we have thicker cardstock, so it's taller, but the back looks it looks like it's restored here, not so much here, which is reverse of when you're looking at the cards from the different publishers. But here we have a woman, which Euturia is, what is Euturia? Euturia, and I can, E-T-R-U-I-A, Euturia. Euturia. Rome separated from Euturia by the Silva Seminia and the Seminian Forest, influenced strongly by Etruscans. Okay. Etruria. It's part of Italy. Etruscan. So Euturia and Etruscan is related. Well, that answered it for me. So let's look at the quality and the size. So it's a smaller deck. It's like playing card size. And there's some differences in these two decks. So right away you can see darker blacks here, more, I don't know, like an antique-y look. And the borders are different here. They're different too. But if you notice, there's some significant cropping going on, which is really takes away from the deck in the Lo Scarabeo. And the corners are rounded. See, with the light, you can see some of the details much better. And some of them look cropped, some of them are not too badly cropped. But I'm partial to this one. I think the colors are lovely, how soft they are, not so coarse. Yeah, you can see the cropping here is minimal. Oh, that's interesting. So you can see here, and like a sort of a, not defect, but a stain. So it looks like these may have been taken from, these scans were taken from the same original deck and modified. I mean, they're spot on. Just the color treatment is different in the cropping. And that's usually how I tell if a deck is, if it's, you know, the source material is the same when used in different productions. Look for little errors like that, like spilled ink or something small that wasn't fixed in Photoshop or something. Like here's a stain there. Could be foxing, it could be liquid of some sort. Foxing is when oxygen reacts with paper and it acidifies and creates these little, it has to do with moisture too, creates these little sort of orangey red spots. And you see them on books, usually at the top where they're exposed, not on the inside of the pages unless it's really in a high humidity environment. It's like archive chemistry 101. Man, so this is interesting because he's missing a leg, and this is, he has the deer there, and this is the hermit. Not the typical hermit that we are used to. This death is absolutely scary. He's crazy. I mean, look at that face, contorted, yelling, looking back. Devil with the snake belt. And here's, I love it. It looks like the people are fleeing or she's being pulled back into the fire. This one's kind of funny. It looks like the crown's getting ready to hit her in the head. I get sort of a, almost like a Joan of Arc vibe from this one. Now, some of these, if you're familiar with the Mantegna, they're very similar. Some of the cards do share some of the qualities. And I'm a huge fan of the Mantegna. I think it's beautiful. It's a beautiful deck. Here, there's some really bad cropping. This one, so you can see here, she's holding this sort of object. It's hard to tell if it's a cup with fire in it. And then here, it's cropped very poorly there. So come on, Lo Scarabeo. Fire. We have a dog in the fire and like a huge bird's nest. 20. I love this ship. So we have fire. This is water. We have a flag flying. The ship in the distance. And I believe this is supposed to be a whale spouting water I think that's what that is. Beautiful earth. I love this sort of pastoral scene. The villa in the back. I think this is one of the prettiest cards as far as landscape goes in the deck. And this one always threw me for a loop. This one. I believe it's supposed to be air. Yeah. And you have birds, but you have this sort of leopard. The sun is peeking out, and there's birds in the sky, but stars. So you have the sun with stars out. And actually, to be honest, the Lo Scarabeo, here the colors are extremely muted, but here they're more vibrant green. But I do like how the sun is just peeking out with little face. And here we have a lovely porcupine with a, that could be the tax stamp there. It looks like it's stamped on there. So again, we're seeing the same original deck being used throughout. And again, here's a little spot there, Scorpio. This was Virgo? Looks like a crab louse. And we got Aries. The dancing goat. Capricorn with a little turtle. This thing doesn't know if it wants to be on land or sea. Some people say Capricorn is comfortable in both. Here you see the scaly belly almost like a snake instead of a fish. Being a Capricorn myself, you know, it's kind of a strange thing. I always thought it meant you don't belong on land, you don't belong on water. Where do you belong when you don't fit in on either element? Sagittarius. Crab. Now this is carte. It says Carte de Euturia, and here we have a herald. And here it looks like it has been removed, because you can see there's a spot there, there, and it's there. So it's been removed digitally. Pisces. One fish looks dead, the other looks like it's on its way out. It's Aquarius. Strange rendition of Aquarius. Leo. Taurus. Gemini. Is that Gemini? Is it Gemini? It's kind of strange it's two women. Gemini. Let's see. Yeah. Usually it's two, of course, two males. Castor Pollux. Star. Now here this is interesting. So this one, it's missing the banner. And this is supposed to be the more accurate one. Maybe they put the banner on. Oh, the banner is missing there, and there. So Lo Scarabeo put it on there to, I guess, make it easier to sort the cards. Yeah, they just kind of put it there. Love the little angels blowing. Toot toot. Yeah. And then we have the juggler, who is a little kid, children. I think I talked about this before. It looks like his arm, he's reaching up and grabbing that guy's balls. He's got balls in his hand. They're sort of doing this thing. It's a weird card. And then here we go, jump into the minor arcana. You can see the greens are more vibrant here. The gold is more vibrant in the Lo Scarabeo than this one, but it's still quite nice. Elephant. And I've already gone through each of these decks in earlier videos, but I just wanted to compare the two because I had them out. I was moving stuff around. So I definitely wanted to just show off the major cards because I thought that was, just look at them again, kind of see what I see. And see the difference. So let's look at the size. The Lo Scarabeo is taller and smaller, thinner. But so I believe this one is still available, the Lo Scarabeo one. And if you look at my little Biscornus, I made these about maybe 10 years ago when I was really into making the Biscornus, the sort of cushions. This one's done in black work with a raw ruby bead. I believe this is just silk on Aida cloth, but I think I did a good job making this. This one's a little fancier, has some bead work, plain on the bottom. And this one turned out really nicely, I think. A little Swarovski crystal there, pomegranates. I made up all of these designs except for this one. I did not make that up. I did add my own sort of spin on it. And this one I think is probably my favorite little cushion. And I wanted to do something that was interesting locally. So I live near the James River Bridge, which is like a 5-mile bridge. So here's actually the sort of the draw, and then the pylons for the electricity that go along the bridge, and then the lights themselves. And then I use these symbols here, and here, since it's a bridge, cars, the wheels, and also at night the lights on the bridge, they kind of sparkle. So I wanted to do something kind of, and I made this design up myself, just you know, on my own. But I love it. The back is sort of a black work inspired. That's black work. Most of this is black work. There's black work too, which means you just do it in black, which is, I believe it was popular during the Elizabethan era. So a lot of times it's called Elizabethan black work if you're doing like traditional designs. But anyway, I just thought I'd share those with you. I was pulling them out and moving them around. These are ones I didn't sell. I've sold probably about, wow, probably close to 50 of different designs, especially when I was part of an art gallery. I did a lot of stitching, and these cushions were really popular, but these were my favorites. I didn't want to sell them. Anyway, thank you so much for watching.